Hey guys, I felt like doing some vlogging. The video that went up last night is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna not even try and edit this too much. I'm sitting here, I'm doing my scrapbook layout. I'll show you, I'll pick it up. Not scrapbook, I'm doing my Smashbook Christmas layout. Oops, my little potty girl. So this is what I'm doing now. It's just sitting right in front of me. I feel like, maybe I don't really feel like doing the setup for crafting because I'm kind of all over the place today. So I figured I'd just do this. I had a thought in my head. I went out this morning with the baby and hold on. Okay. And we went to McDonald's this morning for breakfast. Normally on Sundays or Saturdays, not both, just one day a weekend, I go out for breakfast because, one, I don't have to cook because the boys are with Daddy, or with Sam, I should say. So, the big boys go to basketball with Sam, and I have just the baby, and depending on what's going on in my schedule, either I'm working or not, and this weekend I'm not working, so I'm working next weekend. So, anyway, so I was thinking, I was like, what? I was like, I don't know, I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. Not, I don't know. I do know, I'm not sure if that's what I really want to do, because all you stay-at-home moms know what it is to stay at home, and then how is it going to be when you go back to work, if you go back to work, and are you going to go back to the career you had if you had a career, or are you just going to go back to, do something new or do something that you're into now? So the truth is that I love makeup. Okay, and it's such a place to be creative and to share, and it's like an instant place to share your creativity because, one, you're with other people who love doing it, and two, you're sharing with people who either love also buying it and doing it, or needing it done for themselves for whatever occasion. Shoot. I'm seriously bummed right now. I don't know if that's going to wipe off. Maybe I should use a Sharpie. Making it worse. Well, I just made it so bad. All right, let me not use that. Sorry. So, let me use this. Does that make sense? So anyway, I was thinking about if I go back to work, where would I work? And I'm not sure. I can always go back to Mac. Okay, my best friend just called, so obviously I had to talk to her. So right now, I just took a little marker. What am I doing? I took the Bic marker, and I colored in my Potty Girl green. And then I'm doing a little, those like Michael's Studio G. This actually was the Halloween one, because it looks like that iridescent glowy one. I think it does glow in the dark actually. But it's on top of green marker that I just colored in a wood veneer a couple of times, like a couple of layers, and I'm just coloring her in with this stickle. So she's gonna have to dry. I don't know if I'm gonna blow dry her to dry or just adhere her later. I have a lot of the layout to do, so it's not a big, I wish I had thought about this the other day, because then she would be dry and I would just be able to put her down wherever I wanted now. But I think I have a grouping of where she's gonna go. Well, yeah, because I was going to put, anyway, let me move her somewhere so she's secure and all over the place. And I guess I'll get back to, I don't even remember what I was talking about, honestly. I don't remember. So, I'm going to give her a little bed to lay on that's not going to get in the way, that's not going to have to move for at least a couple of minutes. At least like an hour, because these take a while to dry. There you go. See? That's her. Okay, there you go. Stay right there. Don't move. Don't touch. All right, let me finish this. So, I don't remember what I was talking about, but I guess I'll just talk about something else now. That was my best friend. I miss her. She lives in Florida now. And she's, you know, she's doing good. She's doing great. Her family's doing good. They like, I think, you know, they like that they moved, but I hate it because they're not here anymore. And honestly, it's like one of those when you could always like just pop by. Hey, I'm stopping by. Okay, come by. You know, do you want me to bring you anything? Do you need anything kind of deal? She's one of those kind of friends, so I miss her. But the past few times we've been down to Florida, I want to say the 3 times we've been down to Florida, we only got to meet up with them once, which was really sad. But like they just lived on the opposite coast of, one time I went down to my grandmother, and then one time I went to my parents' house, and I always say my mom's, and my parents are married and still live together, but I really mean to say, or my parents, or I'll say my dad's. It's weird because they both are there, so I don't really know why I do that, but I do sometimes. I don't know if I'm loving that cluster, but let's leave that alone for a hot second. Let's figure out the thickers, okay? Because we know what we want to do. So I think I want to say something like the word of the year. Those are nice and tiny. Word of the year. What is this there? Oh, what is that there? So, nothing else. Oh, today. Oh, I think I was talking about this. Oh, yes, I was. See, I knew I remember. Let me side note that, remember it, put a pin in it, and remember something else I was talking about. When I was younger, like in high school, the teacher would always be like, look, if you don't know what you have to write about or whatever, just start writing. Like, he'd be like, literally go on your word processor. Exactly. That's how old I am. He'd be like, go on your word processor and just start typing. And then eventually, he's like, literally type anything, like your birthday, your street you live on, type whatever you want. And just the action of actually typing is going to get you into the mood of thinking what to write. So that's the same thing with talking. You just keep talking and eventually either it will come around that you will remember what you wanted to say. I don't think that green works. Or you will just, you know, have a whole bunch of nonsense, and then by the second or, you know, page or so, and not like full on, you know, whatever, do whatever, any kind of writing you want, just do it, and then the other thoughts will come to you about what you really are supposed to be doing. So, and I still do that today. Sometimes I just end up talking, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I was coming to. So, what I was coming to was saying about, I was talking about work, and I don't know what phone that is. It's so irritating. It just keeps beeping. So like I was saying, I'm looking for thickers right now. That's why I'm leaning over. But I love work. I love being a makeup artist. I love it. There are very few jobs where you can be instantly creative. And I feel like being a makeup artist, you can be instantly creative. Now, in saying that, I don't... I am at, not a, I feel like I'm kind of at a crossroads, okay, people? Because, I know that I can't at this point in time, working outside of the house, obviously, is hard to do on a steady basis. How I work now is I'm what's called a freelancer, and I freelance at Mac. When you're a freelancer at Mac, basically say if it's going to be busy weekends, or they have events coming up, or they know staff is going to be away for like Fashion Week or something like that, they'll call and they'll say, hey, can you work X, Y, and Z days? Depending on your schedule, like there's a freelancer in the area that I work in who literally can work every day, every weekday. So she gets the bulk of the weekdays during the days. Now, that doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me because I like her and I know her. And the next thing doesn't bother me because I can't do weekdays. So it really doesn't matter if she could do it or not. Anyway, but the thing is, when you work as a freelancer, you can come in when they'll call you, and if you can work, you can work. You say, yes, I can take that day. If you can't, then you can't. The nice thing about it is I kind of know ahead of time, even though I'm a freelancer, it's almost like I have a schedule, but the hours are not guaranteed. So depending on how it is with my husband's work and whatever, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I don't know. I'm not in that zone anymore where like I was telling you guys in one of my last vlogs, I was totally on track to getting to New York Fashion Week. At this point now with the 3 kids, that is like a 5-year plan more than, which it still is a plan. It's a 5-year plan more than like, okay, by next year kind of deal. So I'm thinking I might be going in a different direction just for like a little part-timey job, So I was thinking it was going to be something in the crafty world. Now, I don't want to do like, I would love to do design work. I would, like design team work. But I don't have enough time at home to dedicate and say, okay, when I'm home, I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z crafting. And also I don't want to get stressed about, okay, first of all, okay, look, they're not difficult. They're not difficult application processes, but I get very stressed over the simplest things. I get very stressed. So when I looked at all the design team calls that I saw late last year and early this year, I was like, oh my God, I can't, it's too much to do. It's, the deadlines, it could be like 3 weeks out and I'm already nervous and then to me, I'm like, whoa, if that's a deadline just for that, imagine the deadlines every month. It's for me in my situation, for me in my personal headspace, I can't handle that. I can't craft on a deadline. It really stresses me out, even to think about. I'm like literally thinking about applying for design team, not even thinking I'm going to get it. Just to have to say, hey, I tried, stresses me out. And not saying that you shouldn't try for it or that I shouldn't try for it. It's just, I know me, and it stresses me out more than I can handle. I wasn't always like this. That's another story that I don't think I'll ever get to on YouTube. But I don't handle stress very well. So I was like, okay, well, what's something I can kind of do, which is retail-y, because I need that flexible hours, I can only work weekends. I can work some nights. I can't work, 9 to 5. Because that's, that's the kid stuff. So anyway, I think maybe I'll go to a retail store. A crafty retail store that's near me. I have Michael's, I have AC Moore, I have 2 Michael's, I have AC Moore. Hobby Lobby's a little out of the way. Joann's, there's going to be one, like I told you the other day. It's going to be opening up a few towns over. So I was thinking that maybe I would do that. Just to get out of the house and have kind of like a little schedule. And also just kind of to have a little just me money that I won't be like, oh, I I have to say, okay, well, how can we afford me getting a little scrapbooking stuff? It's not even like that because we're okay. You know, we go through our things, you know, but we're okay. So I was thinking that I would try and do that. So that's like my next endeavor. Will I get a position like that? I have no doubt I can. Retail is not for everyone, people. A lot of people say, oh, just work in retail. It's not. You have to be all about the people, and you have to love where you're going to be working at. If you go to a store and you're just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm at the store and I really hate what they sell. What the heck are you there for? Okay. So that's why I was thinking, okay, I could go back into waitressing, not really needing to do that. And then I was like, or I could go to a crafty place. And I'm thinking a crafty place. And the Michaels that I go to a lot, I love it. Not love, but I talk to the manager all the time. I talk to the assistant manager all the time. They're very nice. I don't know how it is to work with them, but I'm saying I like them. Every time there's another Michaels that's like, one is 8 miles away and one is like 8.5 miles away. And I always go to the one that's 8 miles away, even though literally it is a little closer. But the other one I go to in a pinch. I'd rather go to the one that's a lot further away for where I used to live than go to the one that's the second closest, because the people there are just not, not that I never have a good experience there. Something about when I walk in there, I just don't feel like they're helpful. They always ask, how you doing? Do you need anything? You know, or did you find everything? That I know, you know, they have to ask, but you know, like, did you find everything? Ooh, what's that? I didn't see that yet. I wasn't in that department. Like, you know, oh, what do you do? That kind of thing is what happens at the one that I always go to. When I go to the one that's like a little bit further, the one that's like a little bit further away, like 8.5 miles, it's like, hello, welcome to Michael's. And then it's like, at the register, have a good day. That's it. That's the only interaction. I don't think there's ever been a time where I had to ask anyone for anything and they were like, oh yeah, it's over here. Follow me. Da da da. It's always like, yeah, it's in aisle so-and-so. And I'm like, really? You couldn't walk me there? I mean, you don't have to walk me there, but aisle so-and-so, there's like 10 million things in aisle so-and-so. Can you give me a better idea what it might be? Especially if it's not like a punch or something big. It's like, you know, oh, you know, I don't know. Something. Either way, I like the one that's a little closer. So I'm planning on going there today. It is now 11 o'clock. Not a big deal. I'll saunter in there just to talk to the manager. You know, I'll be wearing my normal clothes just to talk to her and see. And I think the one thing that I'm kind of excited about that is because when you go to work at Mac, honestly, this is how I have to do it, okay? Depending on where I go as a freelancer, I have to start getting ready an hour before I need to leave. Okay. And in that hour, that's how long it takes me to do my makeup to go to Mac. When I'm running out the door to go to like dinner, like I did the other day, it takes me maybe like, you know how it is. You know what I mean? You go to work at a makeup store, you have to be 100% correct. Okay. You're going out to dinner with your husband who sees you all the time, and you just want to look a little fresher or whatever, you can come at like 60%. You know what I'm saying? When you work at a store where makeup is not even being thought of, it's more like if you want to put it on, you know what I mean? I can come at 10% and still look 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I can, and it's less than 20 minutes away. I can start getting ready at 11. I can start getting ready at 11 and be at work at like 11:45. Totally fine. So that's a driving force also, because it just takes so less time. I mean, I could just bang on some concealer, which I don't have on today, concealer and liner, mascara, a little bit of cheek, a little bit of highlight, foundation. You know, it sounds like a lot, but for someone who knows how to do it and has done it regularly, it's not that much. I can be ready now in like 15 minutes if I have to. And then there's always the option of not wearing anything, which is like, I don't know. But my bags can look a little bit scary. They're getting really scary. Anyway, so that's my thought for today. After I finish this layout, which I think I picked these stickers here, these Annie Tangerines, and these, which I believe are Dear Lizzie. Something like, this is how they look. They're very pretty. And like my favorites. I bought 2 of them. You would think my favorites, I would keep them in better shape, but anyway. So that's my thought and hope for today, that I just go there and just kind of talk and see, hey, do you need? Are you looking for someone? Are you know, and I'm game for, the only drawback will be, and I don't know for sure, I'm just kind of guessing, the pay. Obviously, when you're a freelance makeup artist, even when you're, I'm not going to tell you exactly, okay, I'm not going to tell you exactly how much you make at MAC, okay? I'm not going to tell you. But when you're a freelancer, it is pretty decent money. Pretty decent money for if you have not gone to school. I didn't go to school for makeup, okay? I learned as I went, and I had the drive to do it before. So it was always, you know, I'm a creative person. So for someone coming out of like high school and they don't know what they want to do, but they've always had a makeup drive and, you know, they've done whatever you do, I would say there's no harm in trying to go for any of your makeup counters, because I don't know how, I know one other brand that pays really well too. So I pay really well. I know that working at Michael's, it's a retail store as far as, you know, it's a regular retail store as far as like almost like a mall store kind of thing. It's not like an artistry thing where it's like MAC makeup. You're going as a makeup artist, you're going like a stylist, like a nail tech, that kind of thing. It's in that same kind of boat. But it's retail. So as far as Michael's, it's just straight retail. Even if it's management, I would love to do I've had management positions before in retail, clothing retail, and other retail aspects. So, other retail type stores. Anyway, I guarantee it won't be near what I was making at MAC as an employee and as a freelancer, not anywhere near. So, but I'm okay with that just because it's closer and it's just something I think it's almost a little bit to get me out of the house and also to drive the need of what I'm doing now in my life as far as like scrapbooking kind of thing. All right, guys. So that's enough, I think, for now. It's like freaking 20 minutes here, and I think I already recorded a couple minutes. So let me get these videos up. This is my little S Pen for my Samsung Note, which I've lost like 3 times. I need to make like a tether or something, or like a homing beacon, because this thing, and because if my kids have my phone, forget it. I'm like searching all over the house. At least I know I don't leave the house without it found, so it's not like really, really lost. But it's annoying enough that it's like, ugh, I can't find it. All right, guys. Talk to you. Bye.